friends to my kitchen. Benvenuti alla mia cucina. What am I doing today? I came across, actually I was watching a video of this lady that cooks, and she was making this. It's called pan de Yema. It's a Mexican bread, but it looked so delicious, and I've tried before. Somebody has given it to me, and I wanted to make it. So yesterday I was watching that video, and I thought, you know what? I keep putting it off. I'm going to do it today. So that's what I'm doing. Pan de Yema, which means egg yolk bread. So it has a lot of eggs. I have here 12 eggs. One is for brushing the bread, and then all the rest is for the dough. I have 6 cups of flour. We need some salt. I have some sugar, 1 cup of butter, and some yeast. And then 1.25 cups of warm water. That's where we're going to start. We're going to start by making our yeast. So I'm going to put the yeast, and I'm going to put a little bit of the sugar, because the sugar is what's going to activate that yeast. And then I'm going to put a 1/2 cup of flour and mix all this. Yeah, those recipes, it kind of reminds me of sweetbread, but less tedious, less complicated, let's put it. So, and I thought, I'm going to try and see if it does taste like I said, the one I tried a long time ago actually was my neighbor. One of my neighbors had given it to me, and it was good. It kind of had the same texture of sweetbread, but it didn't taste like sweetbread. I think because I like my sweetbread with lemon. So I'm not sure yet if I'm going to put any lemon in this, or if I'm just going to leave it to the original recipe. You know me, I'm always changing. I fit it the way I like it. You give me a recipe, but I make it to the way I like it. Okay, I'm going to leave my yeast here, try to develop, and then I'm going to start cracking my eggs. So once my yeast is developing, I'm going to start creaming my butter, and that way it should be okay. So I'm going to let this is room temperature butter, and I'm going to cream it until it's all creamed. And then I need 9 egg yolks and 2 eggs, 2 whole eggs. I'm going to crack my egg whites into this Tupperware so I can figure out what to use tomorrow. Make something with this. And then and I'm going to put my egg yolks in here. Okay, so my butter is creamed, and I'm going to add my sugar. And I'm going to mix that until it incorporates with all that butter. And I'm going to scrape the bowl so all those ingredients get incorporated. And my yeast is already bubbling off the bowl. Okay. So I have here 9 egg yolks and 2 whole eggs. And we're going to pour that in. And waste none of those eggs, because we're going to need those eggs. We don't add no more liquid to this. So now I'm going to mix all this until that's all creamy. And then I'm also going to add, here's my yeast. It was bubbling. I had to put it in a bowl. beat this a little bit. Pour the yeast, and we're gonna mix all this. And the mixer, it goes back. I'm gonna mix, clean the sides of the bowl again, like I said, so we want all those ingredients incorporated. Make sure that all mixed before we add the flour. It says a pinch of salt, so I'm gonna put a pinch of salt. And then I'm going to put the flour. And I'll put a little bit at a time so I don't have flour everywhere. I still get flour everywhere. Okay, so now I'm gonna remove the paddle and I'm gonna put my hook. This is all incorporated. Now we want to beat. So I'm gonna move my mixer more to the center because it will move. Okay, we know it's ready when all the dough is wrapped up in the hook. And I'm gonna put it in this bowl that I grease. I sprayed some canola oil. And now I'm gonna put all this in here. And it has a beautiful color. And I didn't put the lemon. I'm gonna leave it to the normal recipe. Then maybe later on, if I make it again, I will try with lemon. So it says pan de Yema, egg yolk bread. So now I'm gonna do a couple stretches, okay, and pull the bread to the center, and that'll help the bread to stretch. And then I'm gonna flip it, and then I'm gonna put this in my oven on proof. I have a setting to proof bread. So I'm gonna cover it with plastic wrap, and then I'm gonna put it in the oven so it'll be quicker. Okay friends, here it is, my pan de Yema. It has doubled in size, and now we're gonna shape it. So I'm gonna pour into my counter that I floured with some flour. And we're gonna make this, we're gonna shape it. It should give us about 16 little balls. So, gotta get all this dough stuck in the bowl. Some flour so it won't stick. And I'm gonna divide it in half. Okay. Put more flour here. I'm going to cut it in half, and then I'm going to cut it in fours, each half in 4 pieces. Try to do the same for each. And then I'm going to gather together all the parts and make it into a ball. I have some forms here that I put with parchment paper, and we're going to put our little balls in there. And this will make little buns. You can shape them like this, or you can shape them on the counter, however you like. This one is a little too much. This one doesn't have enough. I'm not gonna put them together too much because they're gonna rise and I don't want them to touch. I'm gonna make sure that you have flour so it won't stick. Here's my first 6. Okay, friends, it gave me 21 little balls. So, depending, I guess, the size you want. I didn't want them too big. So I'm going to put them back in the oven on proof to speed up the process. Okay, friends, so what I did a cut in the middle, and then I brushed with egg wash. I thought I was recording. These days, I don't know where my head is. And then I want to put some, not in all of them, I'm going to put some granulated raw sugar, so it kind of crisp up on top. I have this, it's raw sugar, and if you put some on top, it kind of will crisp up. So when you bite on that top, it's crispy on the top. So I put the other pans in the oven, and I forgot to put the sugar on top. And I thought I was recording, it didn't. I tell you, these days my head is not in the right place. Anyway, so that's what you do. You brush with the egg wash just like you do for sweetbread, and then you cut on top. But in this pan, I put the raw sugar, or if you don't have the raw sugar, you can put granulated sugar at the same time. It kind of crisps up the top, and it kind of gives a little, because this it's not very sweet. It's only has 3/4 of a cup for 6 cups of flour, so it's not like sweetbread. Sweetbread is sweeter. This isn't. So anyway, I'll record when I take it out the oven. Here's my first ones out. Look at this. It is so light, so good. And I didn't want them to get any more color, so I better take them out. Ugh. Can't wait to put my teeth on that. It's still warm. Oh, look at this. How soft is this? It tastes like sweetbread, the texture. But it has hardly any sugar, and it doesn't have the lemon. Next time I'm going to do with lemon. Definitely with lemon. But they are so soft. and so light. I need some butter. You need some butter. It is so good and so simple, and in no time I made this. And the color, beautiful. Look at this. I'm gonna share this with my in-laws and my brother-in-law. I passed away. He loved stuff like this. You know, every time I made it, I would share with him. Oh God, it is so hard. So hard. He did so much for my kids growing up, for my grandkids. There was nobody that he met that didn't love him. Everybody that met Robbie, they were affected. They caught the bug because he was that type of person. Anything I made and I share with him, he was always so grateful. And the funny thing, he always said, "Oh my gosh, this is the best you've made. Doesn't matter how many times I made a dish. This is the best ever." I've known him over 37, 38 years. Never once he said something bad to me, and I don't have nothing bad to say about him. He did so much for my kids. My grandkids loved him, all of them. They adore him. My 2 grandsons that are coming in the summer, he would go swimming with them every summer. And they are heartbroken that T. Robbie's not going to be there. We all call him T. Robbie. Here you have, friends, my pan de Yema, or yolk bread. It is so good. This house smells like I'm making sweetbread, and these are so good. So you give it a try to this recipe. It's a different recipe, but it is so good. This is not hardly not sweet at all. So for somebody who has issues with sugar, this is perfect. And you can have this in the morning, in the afternoon, or even you can make it into for a sandwich. Perfect, because it's not sweet, very sweet at all. I will make it again, but I will make it a little bit sweeter, and I will put some lemon zest, some lemon flavor, because I think it would be delicious. So anyway, give it a try to this recipe. I would leave the recipe on the description so you can do this. And like I said, it gave me 21. The recipe says 16, but it depends the size. This is a perfect size. I wouldn't want it any bigger than this. So, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Give me some thumbs up. Share my videos on your social media and with your friends. And I can tell you, thank you for all those that are subscribed, who comment on my channel, who support me to keep doing this, because I tell you, there's days, it's hard. It's very hard to motivate yourself and find the time to do things, but I do because you on the other side are motivating me to do this. I knew I needed to keep busy today, and that's why I've been doing my videos. It keeps me busy, it keeps my mind occupied, and it makes me forget those sad times. Anyway, thank you so much, and may God bless you. Until next time, let's get cooking. Have a good day.